I've added the jacket, but Emily, I'm not adding the mittens just yet because I don't want you to call me a weather wimp. Back to you.
Now, what you don't know at home is that he actually started calling me a weather wimp first, so I had to retaliate somehow. I think we're both kind of wimpish when it comes to these types of conditions, and I think many people throughout the GTA are just so tired of winter. We are just over it. And then to have something like this happen, a lot of people on social media are not thrilled. Let's just say I can't mention a lot of the stuff they're saying. We got to keep it PG. Leading edge of this system, rain, snow quickly moving in behind it, temperatures dropping rapidly. As Mike was mentioning, we are already seeing some light snow through the Niagara region. It's more so wet snow, but once those temperatures really start to cool down, that's when it'll transition into that white fluffy snow. It will continue along the shores of Erie. The winds are going to be very strong, and that is why we do have a winter storm warning in place, a blowing snow warning for Hamilton. Winds are going to be gusting up to 70, possibly even 90 kilometers an hour along the shores of Erie. The timing of this, the bulk of the moisture, we're looking at mid to late morning and into early afternoon. Notice these white lines. They're called isobars. The closer they are together, the gustier our winds are. So we are going to be seeing sustained winds at about 40 to 50 kilometers an hour, gusting up to 70. It doesn't help when they're coming in from a northerly direction. That is not only going to drop our temperatures, but it is going to increase our wind chills. This afternoon is not going to be pleasant to be outside. The winds, they are going to be intense. They're really going to start to intensify later on this afternoon and in through this evening. Then they'll start to taper off. They'll pick back up throughout the day tomorrow. Blowing and drifting snow certainly going to be an issue. Accumulations 13 to 15 centimeters of snow for the city of Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, Markham, all the way down towards Kitchener, Guelph, and Cambridge. I want to thank Donna for sending in a tweet telling me that it's very kind of wet, kind of icy snow throughout Cambridge right now. Hamilton, Oakville, Burlington, closer to 18 centimeters. Let's turn things over to Tom for traffic. Thanks, Mike. I'm starting to feel the same way about Twitter. People have been tweeting me things that are not family friendly about this weather. Oh, here it is. I know the radar kind of says it all. The green, that's rain. The blue, that's snow. The fine line of pink, that's a little bit of mixing. That's staying stateside. For the most part, we have transitioned over into snow, as Mike was saying, that wet snow and through the Niagara region. That is going to continue throughout the better part of the morning and into the afternoon. Temperatures are going to be dropping. We're already seeing snow through Waterloo and through Kitchener and Cambridge and Guelph, Hamilton, Toronto. Everybody's getting into this mix. Now, we are going to be dealing with blowing snow through Hamilton this afternoon. Northerly winds gusting from 60 to 70 kilometers an hour could be causing poor visibility on the roads. Winter storm warning in place along the shores of Erie and in some sections along the shores of Ontario for the very same reasons. Heavy snow, blowing snow, very strong winds. Keep in mind that our temperatures, because of these northerly winds, are going to be dropping throughout the day today, and the strong winds are going to cause a biting wind chill. So bundle up if you do have to go anywhere. If you can avoid the roads, that would be amazing, because if you do not have to travel today, don't. Stay home. By tomorrow, conditions will start to improve, and we'll talk about that. Snowfall totals, 10 to 15 centimeters. Mississauga through Toronto, we're looking at closer to 13 centimeters through Hamilton and Burlington and in through the Oakville area, closer to 18 centimeters of snow, and then in through parts of Niagara, St. Catharines, and in through Fort Erie. 20 plus is a good possibility. All right now we are going to join Jacqueline Whittle. She joins us talking about social media. And Jacqueline, what's the word on the street? What's everybody saying about this next storm?
Well, Emily, everybody's kind of like, wait a minute, where is it? Well, it's still very early in this process. So Diane DeRosier said nothing. No snow in the Niagara region as of 6:45 a.m. Diane, it's going to be coming, and when it does, you're really going to notice it. We had something fun going on our website yesterday where we said, show us your best storm watch face. And this is Mark Robinson. He was all ready to go outside yesterday, although he will not be in the field today. He's actually on a family vacation. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. You can check out the video there. Plus, you can read an article. And of course, throughout the day, we're going to be tracking this storm on social media. We'll get the latest live report from people out in the field. And we'll send it over to Tom now with a live look at our drive. How are we shaping up so far, Tom?
Because, Emily, that's how we're going to get through this winter storm. I haven't shaved for a couple of days. I'm toughing this hopefully last winter storm of this season. Back to you in the studio.
Me neither, Mike. Me neither. Is that too much information? No, I'm kidding. Okay, snow on the way. We've already started to see it through Barrie now. It's inching its way towards Aurelia. It's pretty much taking over southern Ontario. The very leading edge of this system is rain. It is going to change over into snow as our temperatures continue to drop throughout the day today. In through Hamilton, St. Catharines, London, everybody, Mississauga, Toronto, everybody is starting to get impacted by this. And this will just continue throughout the day today. Winter storm warning in place on the shores of the Erie, blowing snow warning for Hamilton. Winds are going to be gusting anywhere from 60 to 70 kilometers an hour, causing poor visibility on the roads with all that fresh snow on the ground. These wind arrows are showing us that the winds are coming in from a northerly direction. So what's going to happen as our temperatures drop and our winds increase, our wind chills are going to be brutal this afternoon. The weather is going to really intensify mid to late morning and in through early afternoon. That's going to be the bulk of the moisture. The system will start to push out after dinner around 8 and 9 o'clock. Winds are still going to be from the north until tomorrow when they start to switch to a more southerly flow. And we'll talk about that coming up in your long range. We're looking at about 10 to 15 centimeters stretching from Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, Guelph over towards Brampton and through Markham. Milton's in this range as well. Mississauga, Toronto closer to 13 centimeters. Hamilton, Oakville, and Burlington could see closer to about 17 centimeters. And then down towards the Niagara region where Mike Arsenault is joining us, about 20 to 25. So if you're traveling south of the border, change plans if you can. All right, if you're traveling this morning, Tom, pretty decent news for the roads right now.
Yeah, studio.
I was betting they were going to be the white ones that you just got, but okay, I was wrong. But I knew you were going to pull out the mittens at some point. Looking at the radar, you can see we do have that leading edge of rain. It's now transitioned into snow. Everybody is getting into this. We're now starting to see snow through Barrie and up towards Aurelia. Kingston, literally just on the edge of this, so travel along the 401 corridor for the remainder of the day is not going to be great, but I'm going to leave all those details to Tom. We've got a winter storm warning as well as a blowing snow warning in place. Hamilton, the winds are going to be gusting between 60 and 70 kilometers an hour, making for poor visibility on the roadways. The timing of this system, well, as we all know, it has already begun. That bulk of the moisture, the heaviest snow is going to be falling mid to late morning and early afternoon. Winds coming in from a northerly direction, and as I mentioned, with those very strong wind gusts, the wind chills are going to be very cold. By the overnight tonight, it is going to feel like minus 26. I know, I just let that sink in for a minute after yesterday where we saw a daytime high of 10. Snowfall amounts, we're looking at about 13 centimeters for the city of Toronto and in through Mississauga. Hamilton, Oakville, Burlington could see a little bit more just because you're that much further south. Kitchener, Cambridge, and through Waterloo, and we are going to be seeing about 10 to 15 centimeters ballpark. A lot of people are not thrilled about this system. We've got Jacqueline standing by at our active weather set. And Jacqueline, what are people talking about on social media?
Well, I think, Emily, they're just as shocked as I am now to hear you say minus 26. I think people have had it with winter, and you can see that on Twitter.
The storm.
We are going to be seeing sunshine return to our area, but we are not going to be seeing warm temperatures with it. Tomorrow is going to be another cold day with those northerly winds. We're looking at minus 8, lots of sunshine. Warm southerly flow is going to bump our temperatures back up to 5 degrees for Friday, and Saturday looks great as well with a high of 2. Thanks so much, Mike. You're lonely because it's cold and it's snowing. That's why everybody's still hunkered up inside having their morning cup of coffee thinking, oh, I don't want to go out there. If you don't have to, don't, because driving is going to be an absolute mess today, literally a write-off. We've got snow moving in through the area. We're seeing it as far as Barrie, stretching all the way down to Windsor. All snow. We do have watches and warnings in place. Blowing snow warning through Hamilton. Winds are going to be gusting 60 to 70 kilometers an hour. Poor visibility on the roads. Where Mike is in Niagara, St. Catharines, Fort Erie, all the way down to Windsor. Winter storm warning for the exact same reason. Very strong winds, cold temperatures, biting wind chills, poor visibility on the roads. It is not going to be a nice day for travel. Bulk of the moisture moving in mid to late morning, continuing into the early afternoon. Winds coming in from a northerly direction. These white lines, we call them isobars. The closer they are together, the gustier your conditions are going to be. It is going to stay windy throughout the day tomorrow, blowing and drifting snow. It's not going to be great. So it's bad today, it's bad tomorrow. 10 to 15 centimeters of snow, certainly not out of the question through a widespread area throughout southern Ontario. Guelph, Kitchener, Cambridge, 10, possibly 12 centimeters of snow. Over towards Mississauga through Toronto, we're looking at about 13 centimeters of snow. Oakville, as well as in through Burlington, just on that border through Hamilton, could be closer to 15, 18 centimeters of snow. And then, of course, through the Niagara, St. Catharines, Fort Erie area, 20 plus. The further south you are, the more snow you're going to receive. Now, this is going to affect your morning commute, but not as much as it will your afternoon commute. For more details on any commute, I'm going to turn things over to Tom.